Hello everyone and welcome to Chetan Bharat Learning. Welcome to you this week's class of Current Affairs of Science and Technology. So let's have a look at the various issues that we'll be covering today. First of all, we'll discuss about Australia's support, where Australia will be helping us to solve our problem regarding Gaganyaan mission. So what is the problem and how is Australia helping us through its Cocos Kneeling Island? We'll talk about it in detail. Then we'll talk about the CRISPR technology which has been used to control the growth of female Aedes aegypti mosquito. So how is this technology going to help us? We'll discuss in detail. Then we'll talk about the saline gargle RT-PCR technology, the technology which is now ready to be commercialized. Then we'll move on to Rex Mark II. What is Rex Mark II and what are the various features? We'll talk about Rex Mark II. Then we'll move to the development of transparent ceramics. So what are transparent ceramics? How are they developed? And what is the new innovation that has been made in India? Then we'll talk about the low carbon bricks that have been developed by IIC Bangalore and how are they going to help us in solving our major problems regarding the construction waste. So let's get started and have a look at the very first news where we are talking about the Gaganyaan mission. Now Australia will help us and provide the mission. It will help us in tracking through its Cocos Kneeling Island. So Cocos Kneeling Island, basically it's a group of 27 islands out of which 2 are inhabited. So why are we taking the help of Australia? We'll discuss it. But before that, let's have a look at the major points of Gaganyaan mission. I hope you are well aware that this is the first crewed mission by India which was supposed to be launched before 15th August 2022. But owing to the corona pandemic, this has been delayed. So it will be launched by 2022 end or in 2023. So in Gaganyaan mission, we are trying to send the crew to the astronauts to the space, जहाँ पर हम ये चाह रहे हैं कि हम उनके थ्रू कुछ valuable information gather कर सकें. So regarding this particular mission, we have developed a number of equipments, but we are taking help of other countries as well. So the countries include France and then now France, Russia, and now the new inclusion is Australia. Our 4 Indian astronauts are already taking flight training in Russia, and ISRO will use GSLV Mark III as its launcher in this particular mission. So if I talk about the objective of this particular mission, as I already told, the objective is to demonstrate the capability to send humans to the space and then bring them back safely. I hope you all remember Vyomitra. So Vyomitra is the robo that we are sending aboard this mission to the space along with the astronauts. Right. So the relevance of this particular manned mission for India. First of all, this particular manned mission is very important as far as our industrial development is concerned, because this will provide a boost to the industries, and side by side it will provide the ample employment opportunities. So according to ISRO, new jobs would be created, and this would help us in enhancing the skillful development and the development of our industries. Apart from that, this will also help us in igniting the innovative development. The research and development would be developed, and this young generation would be motivated to develop and design new things as far as our space technology is concerned. Apart from motivation, this particular mission is a big mission for India, because India could potentially become the only 4th nation in the world for sending a crewed mission to the space. So we are hoping that this mission is successful. So coming back to the main news where we were talking about the Australia's contribution. So basically when the satellites are in an orbit, they keep on passing the information to the ground stations. But sometimes there are certain blind spots where the satellites are not able to send the information to the ground stations owing to a number of problems. So these blind spots, they prove to be a hazard for the communication link. So to remove that particular hazard, to remove that particular problem, we have relay satellites. So a number of relay satellites they serve as the way to provide the satellites communication. And in that particular way, Australia is going to help us because it will provide us the data through its Cocos Keeling Island. So the data relay satellites will help us covering the blind spots, and then the communication would not be disturbed. So Cocos Keeling Island of Australia would be imparting us the information so that there is no information lag as far as the problem of blind spot is concerned. Right. Now let me move on to the next news, which talks about CRISPR technology, which is used to control the growth of mosquitoes. So researchers from California have developed a CRISPR-based technology to safely restrain mosquito vectors by sterilization. And this is called as PGSIT, that is Precision Guided Sterile Insect Technique. So as the name suggests, sterile insect technique, एक ऐसी टेक्निक जहां पर हम इंसेक्ट्स को स्टेराइल बना रहे हैं. तो बेसिकली दिस इज अ बायोलॉजिकल कंट्रोल मेथड वेयर वी वांट टू कंट्रोल द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ मस्किटोज. Coming to the CRISPR technology. So CRISPR technology developed long back, for which the two famous scientists got the Nobel Prize in 2022, Emmanuel Charpentier and Duna. So they gave us this technology. So basically ये technology आई कहाँ से? This technology came from bacterial cells. Bacterial cells use this particular technology, this CRISPR-Cas9 protein. Generally हम CRISPR-Cas9 को CRISPR technique बोल देते हैं. So CRISPR-Cas9 protein present in the bacterial cells help the bacterial cells to fight the viral infection. Once a virus attacks on the bacteria, the Cas9 protein reads those DNA, the viral DNA, and then it keeps a memory of that. Again, if the second attack is there, it tries to cut those viral DNAs and prevent the further disease. So ये technology use की इन scientists ने, and they developed the CRISPR technology, which is used for targeting the specific stretches of an entire genetic code and then gene editing. So a powerful gene editing tool is CRISPR-Cas9 or the CRISPR. CRISPR technology is of great significance. Generally, it allows us to edit the genomes, and it helps us to treat the various ailments as well by modifying the DNA sequences or gene function. So a number of genetic effects can be cured by using CRISPR-Cas technology. How it works? The technology generally behaves like a cut and paste technique. As I told you, the Cas9 protein acts as a scissor, so it is able to cut the DNA at a specific desired sequence. So what we do is, the Cas9 forms a complex with a guide RNA in a cell. A guide RNA that has been manufactured in the laboratory, and it has the same complementary sequences to the DNA that is to be removed. राइट, जिस डीएनए को हमें रिमूव करना है, Cas9 के साथ उस गाइड डीएनए को अटैच किया जाता है. दिस कॉम्प्लेक्स अटैचेस टू द जीनोमिक डीएनए, ऑब्वियसली एट अ स्पेसिफिक मार्क्ड सीक्वेंस. उस मार्क्ड सीक्वेंस पर Cas9 प्रोटीन अटैच करता है, एंड यहां पर काम करता है Cas9, जो कि सिजर का काम करेगा, कट करेगा इस डीएनए सेगमेंट को. अब डीएनए has got its own natural tendency to heal itself, but ये healing प्रॉपर हो, देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी म्यूटेशंस. यहाँ पे काम करते हैं जेनेटिसिस्ट, वेयर दे वांट टू इंसर्ट अ प्रोग्राम्ड डीएनए in place of that particular DNA segment that has been removed. So if we are already aware of the whole complete DNA sequence, we can precisely cut the DNA that is responsible for causing any particular disease. Right? Once the DNA is cut, the programmed DNA can be introduced in that particular space and annealing can be done, or joining of the ends can be done. So this is how CRISPR-Cas9 works. So CRISPR-Cas9, a gene editing tool which was developed by the scientist taking the advantage of the bacterial cells. Bacterial cells में ये system पाया गया. This is used in now human beings to treat the various diseases as well. Now coming back to the main news, जहाँ पर हम बात कर रहे थे PGSIT की. But before that, let's have a look at the various concerns that are a problem that are being looked after as far as this CRISPR technology is concerned. First of all, इस CRISPR technology को हम humans में नहीं use कर पा रहे because it might lead to the manufacturing of designer babies, जहाँ पर geneticist can use this technology to have desired genes in the human embryos. So ethical concerns are the most important, and moreover it is not clear whether these particular changes in the DNA might lead to certain cancers. It might increase the chances of sudden mutations which are obviously not good for human genome or any genome. So there are a risk of random mutations, risk of cancer, and apart from that there are ethical concerns which help us to think about this particular CRISPR technology. Coming to our news where we were talking about PGSIT, that is precision guided sterile insect technique. Now here what we do is we use this CRISPR technology to create the sterile males which will be carrying the guided RNA for sterility, and side by side we'll render the females as flightless by changes in their DNA using the Cas9 protein. So once the sterile male and this female mate, they'll form eggs which will result in the formation of sterile males. Right. अब ये technology generally हम use कर रहे हैं for the female Aedes aegypti mosquito that is known to cause a number of diseases, which acts as a vector for number of diseases. So basically once we have these sterile males, we'll be able to ward off the danger of the diseases which are caused by this Aedes aegypti mosquito. So it is a scalable genetic control system where the genetic engineers are using this technique, CRISPR technique, to alter the genes. They'll alter the genes linked to the male sterility, and side by side they'll render the female Aedes aegypti mosquito flightless, thereby reducing the spread of diseases like Zika, chikungunya, dengue, etc. Right. So PGSIT uses CRISPR to sterilize male mosquitoes and render the female mosquitoes flightless. So this is how PGSIT will work. Let's move on to the we move on to the news, that is saline grade RT-PCR technology. So this technology was in news because Nagpur based NEERI, that is National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, has transferred the know-how, the knowledge of this particular technique, so that now this technique can be used by the small industries or the micro industries, and the technique can be commercialized. So in this technique, a simple gargle method is used where there is a collection tube with a saline solution. The patient or the person who wants to get himself or herself checked is asked to gargle with this saline solution. The sample is again taken into the laboratory where it is kept at room temperature for 30 minutes, and during that process there is amplification. An RNA template is produced when this solution is heated, which is again processed to the RT-PCR technology, that is the polymerase chain reaction technology. So अब यहाँ पर sample लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है by using from the nose or the throat. It is just a simple gargle method. Gargles के साथ solution obtain किया, laboratory में उससे process किया गया, and then RT-PCR technology से these devices can be made. Commercialize किया जा रहा है this gargle technology. So why do we want this technique? Basically, it's a fast technique, it's cost effective and patient friendly and comfortable. Side by side, it provides instant results, and where we want to have the samples from remote areas, this technology could be of great help. So now we want that this technology should be commercialized, right? I move on to the next news, which is about Rex Mark II. So recently, Israel Aerospace Industries IAI has unveiled its remote-controlled armed robo called as Rex Mark II. So basically, this is an army robot which will help to carry out various patrolling functions. It is operated using an electronic tablet and is capable to be equipped with 2 machine guns, cameras and sensors. So generally the general जो help करेगा this Rex Mark II, it will help the infantry to carry out the functions at the ground level. So ground level पर different functions, different help देगा ये to the military personnel. So it can provide the ammunition supplies, the medical equipments, water, food, and it can even evacuate the injured personnel. Along with that, it will gather the intelligence through a situation awareness system. Not only with the help of a tablet, this can even run autonomously. Once the command is given, it can do the work autonomously. Right? This Israeli drone vehicle was showcased at this week's Defense and Security System International Arms Trade Show in London. So, इस show में इसे unveil किया गया, and this particular Rex Mark II uses the latest technology where it allows the soldiers in the armies to carry out the infiltration and providing the necessary supplies of water, food, and helps in evacuating. Also, it helps to collect the data and the information as well. So apart from these particular Rex Mark II, there are other operational unmanned platforms as well. So let's have a look at the names of those particular platforms. The first is Jaguar, which can easily carry out the intelligence and attacks as well. Then there is Rohrbach, which can be employed for destroying the explosive devices. Robattle, which can carry the complex missions without human intervention and in difficult conditions as well. Then there is Robdozer, which is an unmanned bulldozer which can carry out the various engineering works in dangerous zones. So these are the other operational unmanned platforms developed by the Israel Institute, IAI. So just remember the names of these: Jaguar, Rohrbach, Robbattle and Robdozer. Right? Now I move on to the next news, which talks about the development of transparent ceramics, where for the very first time in India, we have been able to achieve theoretical transparency. So ट्रांसपेरेंट सिरेमिक्स ये बहुत कोई नया फील्ड नहीं है, बट इंडिया में हम पहली बार इसे अचीव कर पाए हैं, एक हाई लेवल ऑफ ट्रांसपेरेंसी ऑब्टेन कर पाए हैं इन दीज सिरेमिक्स. सो इंडियन रिसर्चर्स हैव डेवलप्ड ट्रांसपेरेंट सिरेमिक्स रीचिंग थियोरेटिकल ट्रांसपेरेंसी through a process of colloid processing. So the process here used is colloid processing, which uses the powder and then compressing it to a very low level and then obtaining the transparent ceramics. हम processes नहीं डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, we'll just remember कि transparent ceramics क्या हैं, कौन सी टेक्निक यूज हुई है, and where these transparent ceramics can be beneficial for us. So this material, these transparent ceramics can be used for thermal imaging applications, especially in the harsh conditions, and side by side they can also be used for developing of personal protection systems such as helmets, goggles, etc. So these transparent ceramics not new to us, but in India we have been able to achieve the theoretical transparencies. So it's a new class of advanced materials with unique transparency and side by side excellent mechanical properties. Right? So these can not only be designed for transparent to visible light, but can also be used for ultraviolet, infrared and radio frequency, and that's what makes them useful for a number of diverse functions. Right? Transparent ceramics, they are produced by a number of countries, but their production is too low. So if coming to India, तो यहाँ पर इंडिया के लिए इम्पोर्टेंस ये है कि हम हाई प्योरिटी these transparent ceramics बना सकते हैं अपने ही देश में using colloids. So coming to the various processes that have been involved in the formation of these transparent ceramics include chemical vapor deposition, just the names, chemical vapor deposition. Then it is followed by hot isostatic pressing. That is, at a constant temperature, a high pressure is applied, and after that there is an enhanced diffusion which helps us in the formation of these transparent ceramics. और इनका यूज़ पर्सनल इक्विपमेंट बनाने में भी किया जा सकता है और हमारे मिलिट्री पर्सनल्स के लिए भी काम आएगा. सो ट्रांसपेरेंट सिरेमिक्स डेवलप्ड एट ARCI हैदराबाद. अब यहाँ पर जो खास बात आप ध्यान रखेंगे, ARCI हैदराबाद ने जो डेवलप किया है उसका नाम ध्यान रखेंगे, मैग्नीशियम एलिमिनेट स्पाइनल. The technique used is colloidal processing. So remember the name, magnesium eliminate spinal ceramics with the technique colloidal processing, using the different levels of temperature and pressure. So spinal is currently emerging as a transparent ceramic based on its remarkable optical properties as well as the mechanical properties. It is a high strength of about 200 megapascals and the hardness of about 13 gigapascals. So transparent होने के साथ साथ ये क्या है, बहुत ज़्यादा strong भी है. So developed by ARCI Hyderabad, this magnesium aluminate spinal ceramic, right? Obviously the applications would involve their use in making of helmets, face shields, goggles, and thus providing better protection to our infantry. Then I come on to the next news, that is about the low carbon bricks that have been developed by the use of the construction waste. So researchers at IIC Bangalore, they have been able to develop the low carbon bricks using the construction and demolition waste. So these low carbon bricks, they do not require high temperature firing, जैसे कि हम conventional अपने cements और bricks, clay bricks यूज़ करते हैं, उन्हें बनाने के लिए they require high temperature, right? And these low carbon bricks, they do not require high temperature and they avoid the use of high energy materials such as Portland cement. साथ ही साथ ये हेल्प करेगा हमें टू गेट रिड ऑफ अ लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन वेस्ट दैट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड एवरी डे इन इंडिया, राइट? सो दीज कंस्ट्रक्शन डेमोलिशन वेस्ट कैन जनरेट दीज लो कार्बन ब्रिक्स, और हमारे देश में ये वेस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट में है. सो दिस इज अ मिटिगेशन टेक्निक वेयर वी कैन गेट रिड ऑफ दिस वेस्ट इन अ बेटर वे, वेयर वी आर एबल टू डेवलप द लो कार्बन ब्रिक्स आउट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर वेस्ट. So help again would be there to conserve the new resources, raw material resources, because to form bricks we have to mine more of natural resources, तो उसे prevent किया जा सकता है. And side by side emission reduction कम की जाती है, carbon emission कम किया जाएगा. No high energy requirement, no Portland cement requirement, and side by side getting rid of the construction waste. अब आप ध्यान क्या रखेंगे, द साइंटिस्ट ऑफ इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस हैव डेवलप्ड दिस टेक्नोलॉजी ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग एन अल्कली एक्टिवेटेड ब्रिक और ब्लॉक्स फ्रॉम फ्लाई ऐश एंड फर्नेस स्लैग. कंपोनेंट्स याद रखेंगे, फ्लाई ऐश एंड फर्नेस स्लैग अलॉन्ग विद द अल्कली बाइंडर और द अल्कली एक्टिवेटर. सो दे यूज दीज टेक्निक्स and they mixed, had a very good ratio, a proper ratio of these particular ingredients, namely fly ash and furnace slag along with the alkali binder, and which led to the formation of these low carbon bricks. And these bricks were then, जब proper ratio में mix कर दिया गया, low carbon bricks बन गई, उन्हें check किया गया for their strength as well. So engineering characteristics के लिए उन्हें check किया गया, and वेरियस प्रोसेसेस जो कि हमें रॉ रिसोर्सेज निकालना, कार्बन एमिशन को रिड्यूस करना, कंस्ट्रक्शन वेस्ट को कम करना, ये सारी चीज़ें हम अचीव कर पाए. इसके लिए एक स्टार्टअप भी बनाया गया विच विल बी फंक्शनल विद इन 6 to 9 months. So soon we can have these low carbon bricks which have been developed from the construction and demolition waste. So that's all for this week's news of science and technology. I'll see you next week. Until then, bye.
Hi, अगर आपको ये लेक्चर पसंद आया then do subscribe to our channel एंड इफ यू आर सीरियस फॉर यूपीएससी 2022 देन आप हमारा कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कोर्स चेकआउट कर सकते हैं। कोर्स की डिटेल्स नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन सेक्शन में आपको मिलेगी, नहीं तो आप हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं नीचे दिए गए नंबर पर।